Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed is both a sequel and a remake. Shouldn't have to explain the ins and outs of that because it's fairly straightforward. Suffice it to say that you're an extraterrestrial and it's your job to interfere with bald apes. Here's 5 ways to do that, which are fun and actually increase your productivity as an intergalactic mass murderer.
I don't get it. Why are you helping me?
Be aware that most of these violate the Geneva Convention, which you never signed because you're an alien from outer space. Number 1. Disintegrate them. For fans of the classics, there's no finer weapon than the disintegrator ray, the heat ray, the disruptor, whatever you want to call it. It's a beam of energy that melts the skin off your foes and leaves them standing in situ as a charred skeleton, which, after a couple of beats of perfect comedy timing, collapses into a pile of ash, like a cartoon character that's just sucked on a novelty cigar, which provides some light relief during the serious business of subjugating humanity. Number 2. Suck them into the air. Your flying saucer is your ride, your whip, your car, but it's also a highly advanced weapons platform with a cloaking device, a death ray, and an abduction beam. With this, you can glide around Earth's major cities and hoover up their inhabitants with ease as though they were crumbs on a carpet and you were a bloodthirsty Dyson. As well as being an effective way to terrify the human race, it's also how you collect the necessary biomass for upgrading your abilities, which makes you a more efficient dealer of misery, but also being turned into a performance-enhancing supplement for ET is a fairly humiliating death, which is a net gain for your job satisfaction. Number 3. Throw them about. Furon technology provides a number of solutions for transporting individual humans from one location to another violently. Chiefly, your psychokinesis ability can be used to pick human combatants up and fling them into the horizon, neutralizing them as a threat, but also providing a bit of a laugh. You don't just have to fling them away, you can fling them into things like cars or buildings or each other. And if it takes your fancy, you can fling things into them, like garbage cans. This is a personal favourite of mine because there's nothing more amusing than battering someone with a bin. More advanced options exist for flinging things around. For example, psychokinesis can be upgraded with the PK Slam ability, which turns any object or person you pick up into a violent explosion of kinetic energy, while the new dislocator weapon shoots gravity-repelling discs which attach to objects and toss them about like a dog chewing a welly, causing general mayhem with relatively little effort on your part. Praise be to Arcvoodle for modern conveniences. Number 4. Steal their bodies, but only for a bit. Body Snatch replaces the holobobbing ability from the first game and allows you to ride around in a human's meat for the purposes of walking their streets without raising the alarm. This opens up a number of strategies for being a nuisance, such as gaining access to military facilities or using police call boxes to call off a chase.
Target eliminated. Call them off.
This mechanic becomes invaluable during the Cult of Arcvoodle side quest, in which you have to convince a bunch of filthy hippies to worship the Furon god, who is, unlike most other deities, a real supernatural creator who tangibly exists. Pursuing this side quest is optional but recommended, as it's the means by which you can unlock the Burrow Beast, a terrifying new bioweapon that bursts up from the ground and eats people, like in that Kevin Bacon film that isn't Footloose. A satisfying side effect of indoctrinating humans into a Furon cult is how mortifying it will be for them when their friends and family find out. After all, there's nothing more cringeworthy than openly worshipping something that actually exists, like an entertainment brand or Elon Musk. Snatching bodies can be fraught with danger if you do it with too many witnesses about. But luckily, Crypto's new free love ability makes it easy to get away scot-free by hypnotising everyone around you into a chilled out trance because... how do I put this into context? Right, the game is set in the 1960s and there was this whole cultural movement of people who liked guitar music and driving around in a specific type of van, and look, just Google free love or ask your granny, it'll take too long to explain. Number 5. Anal probe. Let's not beat around the bush here, this is classic little green man patter. You shoot a probe up someone's backside and it sucks their brains out through it. This is useful for harvesting brainstem fluid that has 2 major uses. Firstly, it recharges your new Mind Flash ability, which allows you to stun every person on the planet for a short period of time. And secondly, it allows you to buy back your upgrade points in the gun shop if you fancy reconfiguring your loadout or trying a new set of upgrades. Reducing someone's brainstem to a token currency that only works in one shop, like the interstellar equivalent of a John Menzies voucher, might seem like an extremely convoluted and unnecessarily cruel reason to pull someone's head out through their arse. But what you have to understand is that it's very, very funny.
I'm a boss.
I've been Jim Trinker for VG247, and Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed is out now on PC, PS5 and Xbox Series XS.